and Miss Christina Young will perform Pop and Circumstance. You may begin. please remain standing and silent for the presentation of colors. Gentlemen, including graduates, please remove your hats and caps. The Atrisco Heritage Academy Junior ROTC, under the direction of Major Scott Ukaili and First Sergeant Matt McMiniman, commanded this afternoon by Cadet Second Lieutenant Teresa Andrade, will now present our colors. Our national anthem will now be performed by the Atrisco Heritage Academy Concert Choir, directed by Miss Angelica Facio. Please remain standing at the conclusion of the anthem.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Class of 2016, you may be seated. Good afternoon. My name is Ken Salazar, Assistant Principal at Atrisco Heritage Academy, and it is my honor to introduce our special guests, administrators, and student leaders seated on the stage. Dr. Annalie Maesis, Vice President of the APS Board of Education. Mr. Stephen Michael Quesada, Secretary of the Board of Education. Ms. Kata Sandoval, Chief Academic Officer. Mr. Todd Risch, Associate Superintendent. Dr. Gabriel Antonio Gonzalez, Principal at Atrisco Heritage Academy High School. Ms. Irene Cisneros, Assistant Principal. Ms. Cindy Benefield, Assistant Principal. Mr. Steve Tognani, Assistant Principal. Ms. Doreen Trotz, Assistant Principal. Mr. Daniel Leba, Dean of Students. Mr. Adrian Ortega, Athletic Director. Ms. Mireya Gonzalez, Senior Class President. Mr. Xavier Herrera Bustillos, Student Body President. Ms. Paola Bojorquez Ramirez, Salutatorian, Class of 2016. Mr. Adrian Amendares, Valedictorian, Class of 2016. And working with the graduates on the floor, Ms. Kristen Dykey, Activities Director. I would like to acknowledge special guests seated to my left on the floor. New Mexico State Senator Michael Padilla. State Representative and Atrisco Heritage Academy Resource Officer Patricio Rialoba. New Mexico State Representative and Atrisco Heritage Academy Teacher Andres Romero. We are fortunate to have principals in attendance for our Atrisco Heritage Academy High School Cluster, Alamosa Elementary, Rodolfo Anaya Elementary, Helen Cordero Elementary, Edward Gonzalez Elementary, Mary Ann Binford Elementary, Carlos Ray Elementary, George I. Sanchez Community Collaborative School, and Chubin Middle School. Principals, please stand to be recognized. The class of 2016 also welcomes former teachers and classmates who have come to celebrate with us today. Finally, we would like to extend a sincere thank you to all the teachers, counselors, and staff at Atrisco Heritage Academy who are here this afternoon. At this time, please join me in welcoming to the microphone Valedictorian of Atrisco Heritage Academy, Class of 2016, Adrian Amendares.
Dr. Gonzalez, esteemed guests, administrative staff, faculty, parents, and graduating class of 2016. Good afternoon, and welcome to Atrisco Heritage Academy High School's commencement ceremony. Buenas tardes a todos, y bienvenidos a la ceremonia de graduación de la clase del 2016 de la preparatoria Atrisco Heritage Academy. I stand in front of you on this occasion, which will prove to be pivotal during our transition into adult life. I am honored, I am humbled, and to be quite frank, I'm pretty nervous. I met with Dr. Gonzalez, and he told me the speech had to be done by Sunday at 5. The speech became my latest and final deadline. I managed to finally fall victim to senioritis and put it off as much as possible. I began a new series on Netflix, I watched unnecessary videos on YouTube, and I stressed about the approaching deadline while doing nothing about it. I admit that I procrastinated one last time, but I eventually got to work. My mind was filled with ideas of things to talk about. Was I going to start off with the basic graduation phrase? We did it. This is not the end, but the beginning. You've come a long way. While all of these are true, I do not have much care for elaborating on any of these in particular. Was I going to bash on the school lunch? Was I going to mention the name of the teacher? Or better yet, the group of teachers who were still assigning loads of work during the last week of school? Instead, I decided I wanted to share with you 2 factors which helped get me to where I am today: ambition and work ethic. Al principio, no sabía de qué se iba a tratar mi discurso, pero luego decidí que les contaría de 2 cosas que me ayudaron a llegar al lugar en el que ahora estoy: la ambición y la ética de trabajo. To illustrate my point, I will now tell you the story of a kid who wanted to prove to everyone that he was just as capable of achieving excellence as the kids who spoke English. Les contaré la historia de un niño que quería demostrarles a todos que a pesar de que no hablaba inglés, era capaz de ser exitoso como los que sí lo hacían. When I was only a year old, my parents decided to move to the United States. Cuando solamente tenía un año, mis padres decidieron moverse a los Estados Unidos para darnos una vida mejor a mí y a mis hermanos. No, we didn't come into this country legally like many would assume. Just as many of the undocumented immigrants in this country have done, we simply overstayed our visas. Even at an age where I could not even go to the restroom on my own, there were those who thought of me as a criminal. Desde muy pequeña edad, la sociedad me dio una etiqueta de criminal. For those of you that feel this way, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that my parents refused to allow my siblings and I to have to pick between Working rather than receiving an education, or following the trend that many adolescents in Mexico were following, and joining the drug war in order to avoid living in extreme poverty. So yes, technically they broke the law by overstaying their visas and allowing us to overstay ours, but they only did as human instinct told them to do so. My parents solely wanted a better life for their kids, like many of your parents want for theirs. I've lived in this country for the majority of my life. Regardless, I've faced obstacles which have attempted to limit me as an individual. From a young age, I was deemed by society unfit to perform at the level of those who did not share a similar background. Desde una temprana edad, la sociedad me decía que no tenía las capacidades para cumplir las mismas tareas que otros. Statistics said that I would drop out. The odds attempted to tell me that I couldn't attend a prestigious university. I remained ambitious and pushed myself to work as hard as I possibly could in order to fulfill my dreams. I told myself that society wouldn't define me. I told myself I would work for the image of my family and of my people. A pesar de que la sociedad dudaba de mis habilidades por el color de mi piel, me dije que seguiría trabajando hasta cumplir mis metas. To tell you all the truth, I was a bit selfish because I was holding a grudge against all those who had ever dared to doubt me. But that's besides the point. While I can't guarantee that ambition and hard work alone will lead you to the accomplishment of your goals, I can assure you that in the end, they will make all the difference. Now, I admit that I had many sources of support, and I thank every single one of them. To my parents, papá, mamá, todo mi éxito es gracias a sus sacrificios. Si en mi vida he hecho algo por lo cual estoy orgulloso, les aseguro que se hizo con el propósito de enorgullecerlos a ustedes. Para todos los padres, nosotros sus hijos estamos conscientes de todo lo que hacen por nosotros y se los agradecemos con toda el alma. Desde el desayuno que me hacía mi mamá cada mañana hasta el consejo de mi papá, que hay que echarle ganas en la escuela para no tener que trabajar como él, como burro. Mis padres estuvieron siempre a mi lado. A pesar de que nunca podremos regresarles a nuestros padres todo lo que nos han dado, hay que trabajar duro para que vean que sus acciones no son en vano. Although we will never be able to repay our parents for all of the sacrifices they make, we must work hard in order to demonstrate to them that their actions are not in vain. Si no siguen mi consejo por sí mismos, háganlo por los seres que los aman más que al mismo mundo y que se parten la espalda para que ustedes puedan tener una vida mejor. If you do not choose to follow my advice for the betterment of yourselves, do so for those who love you more than the world itself and those who break their backs in order to give you all better lives. To my brother Beto, you illuminated the path that needed to be followed. You were able to reach success without having an older sibling to coach you through the process. And I must tell you that not only is that remarkable, but to you, I am eternally grateful. To all the teachers and friends along the way who told me to keep working hard, to remain focused, your words did not go unheard. Now, like a good friend of mine did about a year ago with his class, I challenged the class of 2016. I challenge you not only to dream, but to do everything in your will to reach your dreams. I challenge you to hurdle over every obstacle. I know that people and systems will try to stop you, but I also know they only succeed if you allow them to. They will try to limit you because of the color of your skin, because of your gender, because of the amount of money to your name, because of your personal preferences. However, you must not allow them to define your potential. I cannot promise you that you will achieve everything you set your mind to, but I can promise you that if you put as much effort into it as your body and mind allow you to, it will all be worth it. Also, when you do reach your dreams, remember your roots and where you came from. Remember there are kids in the same situations that you were all once in, and allow yourselves to give back in order to help them out. Before I go, I'd like to promise you one more thing. If you vow to keep working as hard as humanly possible to succeed while in the pursuit of your dreams, I vow to do the same while pursuing mine. Lastly, I vow to meet you all back here at home to return all of our success to the people who made it possible and to the people who are now attempting to achieve it themselves. Thank you.
At this time, please welcome me to the microphone, Salutatorian of the Atrisco Heritage Academy High School Class of 2016, Ms. Paola Bojorquez Ramirez.
Welcome, fellow classmates, parents, family members, administrators, teachers, friends, and guests. Time has been ticking, and our time has finally come. I would like to introduce myself by describing my life as a string of events that have provoked unforeseen and continuous transitions. Growing up, I attended 12 schools in 9 cities in 7 states, and I have visited many amazing places along the way. A question that people continue to ask me is where I am from. Immigrating into the United States at a young age never changed my true identity. I am a Mexican-American female, born in Mexico and raised all over the United States with my parents' values and norms. Throughout my life, I have encountered many injustices that have shaped me into the person I am now, but I will not focus on that today. I have witnessed countless parents in every single place who work from dawn to dusk with the objective of providing their children with better opportunities. That too is the case for both of my loving parents. I am blessed. Now, class of 2016, I'm going to ask that you please think of someone that has not only guided you during difficult moments, but has motivated you, supported you, and loved you unconditionally. This person has changed your life. They are your blessing. Just like many of you, I have been blessed with 3 amazing human beings who have done so much for me: my papá, my mamá, and my abuelito. At the age of 13, my father immigrated into the United States to pursue the American dream. When he met my mother and they got married, my parents put aside their own dreams and put mine first. I thus became my parents' new American dream. Someday, I know I will return the favor by reaching out my hand to them to give them a brass key to their new home, beginning a new American dream for them. Pa, gracias por siempre recordarme que el éxito es un resultado del trabajo duro, la determinación y la perseverancia. Ma, gracias por mostrarme la belleza de la vida. Gracias a ambos por siempre asesorarme y motivarme, y sobre todo, gracias por cultivar su ética de trabajo y su fuerza dentro de mí. Gracias por empujarme siempre para perseguir mis sueños que parecían altamente imposibles. Ustedes son la razón por la cual hago lo que hago. Son mi razón de vivir y son lo mejor de mí. People tend to believe success has a monetary value, that the amount of money you have and possessions you own determines your success. But what value does money have if you are not willing to help others? My parents, like many of yours, did not have the opportunity to receive a formal education, yet they are the most successful individuals in my eyes. I bet you think the same about those who have changed your life. You see, despite not being rich, they have accomplished it all. From humble beginnings to overcoming obstacles, my parents have left their legacy within me. Class of 2016, I tell you this to emphasize that every single one of you is capable of being successful in your own ways. You have the power to change society. You all have the power to inspire somebody else. You have the power to save lives. Never forget to be kind to everyone and offer a hand to someone that may be alone. I guess what I'm trying to say is that you have the power to become a blessing in someone's life, so go on and do it. Last but not least, I want to thank my abuelito for teaching me a life lesson through his garden. His seeds were his legacy, and his garden was a living representation of his devotion and hard work. Seeds are like the small footsteps a person takes towards achieving their dreams. He noted his failures in gardening served as his motivation to keep trying. Above all, he stressed that in order to grow, seeds need to undergo a transformation. Just like life itself, if we wish to make a difference, a person must have the courage to plant new seeds, try new things, and undergo their own transformations. Class of 2016, I challenge you to go against all odds and take risks. I encourage you all to make a difference. I have encountered many obstacles in my life, and the hardest one has been discrimination. I know all of you have faced your own obstacles, but the one thing that will set you apart from everybody else is these obstacles apart. Okay, but the one thing that will set you apart from everyone else is making these obstacles a part of your story. Do not merely ignore them, but instead stand up for what you believe in. If I can stand up, I know all of you can do the same. It is my lifelong dream of living in a world where every culture and every human being is respected. It seems highly impossible, doesn't it? The first step is acknowledging that there is an issue. A wise person recently told me that you can't be a great captain by sailing calm seas. Class of 2016, the future is in your hands. It is clear that equality is something that will not happen anytime soon. But I do ask that you remember that once you take pride in your roots, you can no longer be humiliated, and you cannot be oppressed when you are no longer afraid. After all, there is only one race, the human race. So class of 2016, be the best you can be and live happily. I would like to finish off with a quote from the namesake. Remember that you and I made this journey, that we went together to a place where there was nowhere left to go. Our high school experience has come to an end, and we have conquered. Thank you. Gracias y felicidades a todos.
At this time, please join me in welcoming to the microphone your student body class president for the class of 2016, Xavier Herrera Bustillos.
Parents and family, faculty, administration, and the class of 2016. My name is Xavier Herrera, and I am very pleasured to have served as your student body president for the class of 2016. Our next speaker has been with our school for the past 4 years, and just like us, he is also a senior. He's a man of many wise words. He's been our guidance, our shoulder, our friend, and now he's also a doctor. We can all learn something from him and his fierce pursuance for a higher education and his endless motivation for the change in our community. I'd like to introduce to you Dr. Gabriel Antonio Gonzalez.
Members of the Albuquerque Public Schools Board of Education and leadership team, faculty members, parents, family, friends, students, and graduates, good afternoon y muy buenas tardes. And welcome to the Atrisco Heritage Academy High School's 5th commencement exercise for the class of 2016. For 4 years, I have had the honor of standing before this community at the annual commencement ceremonies. In my annual remarks, I have offered words of advice and quoted great scholars and other inspirational figures. I have done this to hopefully inspire the graduates of our high school. Today, however, I wish to do something just a little bit different. Using your words, I would like to reflect on the last 4 years, your 4 years of high school. For some of you, the last 4 years have gone by all too quickly. While for others, they couldn't have gone by quickly enough. One of your classmates had this to say about the freshman year, your freshman year of high school. After the series of awkward events and the ridiculously hideous outfits that made up my middle school years, I was totally ready for a change, to reinvent myself and to start the new chapter of my life. The first day of high school was an absolute and utter chaos. After running from the gym to the freshman building, and then I had to run to C building. And let's just say I had no idea where I was going. So you can imagine how long it took me to actually find it. I think we can all relate. Another one of your classmates had this to say about teachers at AHA. To the surprise of many, teachers are humans, and they genuinely care. I cannot list every single life lesson I have learned while at AHA because there are too many to mention. Getting to the level to which you can openly joke with the teacher without them getting offended is great. I have to admit that I did not have a single teacher whom I will easily forget, and I definitely grant them a lot of credit for that. A third member of your class had this to say about the transition from high school to the real world. I realize that high school has many perks, and no matter how much I may complain and how much I can no longer wait to leave and complete this chapter of my life, I know I will miss it dearly. It is the place that I have come to learn many valuable lessons that will stick with me forever. The place where I met many incredible teachers and staff, where I have built great friendships and created memories that will last forever. And despite all the upsets and mistakes I've experienced throughout my high school years, I know without these experiences, I would not be able to carry on into the future. As I've mentioned earlier, I'm not looking for a famous scholar or an influential figure millions of people look up to use as an example today. Rather, I wish to use your words and collective experiences as gems of wisdom or words of advice. So here it goes. Your first day on our campus was likely filled with a mixture of great fear and anticipation. Realizing that you were no longer a big fish in the middle school pond, it is not easy for young men or young women of 14 years old to make that transition. As you tried to find your way on our campus, you were also learning your way in the world and finding your place in it. And here you sit 4 years later with the world at your feet. Just imagine the great things you will accomplish in the years to come. The relationships you built in high school have sustained and supported you on this journey. In the past 4 years, you've grown to realize that your teachers are indeed human beings with feelings, hopes, dreams, and aspirations, just like you. But as you've grown to realize this fact, I hope that it will compel you to view every person in your life with new eyes and realize how many people have hopes, dreams, and aspirations for your life and how proud they are for this great accomplishment. It is my hope that you will never forget how many people are in your corner, how many people dream for you, and how many people want the absolute best for you. I hope in challenging times you'll remember this fact, and that will give you the courage to continue to strive for great things. Some of the greatest challenges in our lives come when we are forced to grow and reinvent ourselves. This is a process that you have experienced many times in high school, whether you realized it or not. I hope that in the years to come, you will embrace the opportunity to grow and change into the person you are destined to become. I hope that the knowledge of this strength you carry and the faith of those who love you will inspire you on a daily basis. Over the last 4 years, your class has achieved great things as a collective group. For example, 44 of you graduate as members of the National Honor Society. 36 of you are recipients of the prestigious Bilingual Seal. 4 of our senior athletes will continue to compete in college athletics. 29 of our graduates were on the honor roll for 8 consecutive semesters. 302 seniors are attending an in-state college or university in August. 22 seniors are attending an out-of-state college or university in August. And together, your class will attend 31 colleges and universities in 6 different states. "40 of your classmates will represent our community in the armed forces. And as if that was not enough, together your class earned more than $6.6 million in scholarship monies. I hope I have painted a picture of the last 4 years for you. Undoubtedly, so much more filled these months and years. However, I hope you get the idea. As I stand before you today, I sincerely hope that your days at the school on top of the hill, the largest and proudest high school in New Mexico, were filled with fond memories and authentic academic preparation for your future endeavors. Nevertheless, today is not about the past. It should be about the future. The potential in this room is endless, and the Jaguar spirit is on fire. It is unstoppable. If you graduates believe in yourselves as much as those seated around you today, our city, state, and nation are in good hands. Today, I've highlighted for you how quickly 4 years can go by. And in the spirit of looking to the future, I wish to offer you a real example, a set of role models to strive to follow as you move into the next phase of your lives. Graduates, just about 4 years ago to the very day, our young school graduated its first set of graduates. In just a few days, 4 years later, many of these same graduates will graduate with a 4-year degree from a university. These young people are now college graduates and set to become the formal leaders in our society. Soon, you will follow in 4 short years. The Jaguar spirit is on fire, and our school's young history of academic excellence reaches a new milestone today. Today, in the section to my left, are seated a representative group of graduating seniors from the University of New Mexico. Each of them graduated from our high school just 4 years ago. Thank you, members of the AHA class of 2012, for joining us today. Your example inspires us, and I hope in 4 years, many of you will be sitting right there, inspiring those that will follow you. Now, please offer me a moment of personal reflection. As your principal, your class, the class of 2016, is a special class for me. You see, your first day at AHA was also my first day. The uncertainty you felt as freshmen was similar to the uncertainty I felt on my first day too. As you've grown, so have I. You have taught me what it means to be a better educator and a better person. And for that, I'm grateful. Ahora, por favor, permítame ofrecerles mi agradecimiento a Dios a 2 grupos de personas. Me gustaría rendir homenaje a sus primeros maestros, sus padres, guardianes, tutores y su familia. El valor que le han dado a su educación en sus casas ha contribuido a formar el graduado que son hoy. Mil gracias a los padres, tutores y miembros de familia de estos alumnos. Ustedes deben de tener mucho orgullo y esperanza para estos estudiantes. Felicidades. Secondly, I would like to honor the faculty and staff at Atrisco Heritage Academy High School. I believe this group of professionals to be among the strongest and most capable groups of educators in our land of enchantment. I count myself honored to work among you, and I am confident that I speak for our graduates when I say thank you. My final word goes to you, the class of 2016. Good luck to you, the 5th graduating class from our school on top of the hill. Let the rain begin. And now, Dr. Annalie Maestas and Mr. Stephen Michael Quesada of the Albuquerque Public Schools Board of Education, as the proud principal of Atrisco Heritage Academy High School, I hereby do certify that this class has met the rigors and requirements set forth by the New Mexico Public Education Department and the Albuquerque Public Schools Board of Education for a high school diploma.
Thank you. Good afternoon. On behalf of the Albuquerque Public Schools Board of Education, we are honored to accept the Atrisco Heritage Academy class of 2016. Congratulations, go Jaguars!
Yasmin Acosta, Eric Aguilera, Erwin Aguirre Guzman, Talitha Albert, Wyatt Alexander, Shandora Allen, Luis Alonso, Brian Amaya, Guillermo Amaya, Hazel Anchondo, Lori Antero, Andrew Aragon Jr., Angel Aragon, Maria Aragon, Dominic Archibek, Kylene Arndt, Sergio Arvicio, Genaro Acerta, Alfonso Avila, Brian Baca, Leslie Bailon, Jocelyn Baray, Alexis Barasa, Jessica Barros, Aaron Bean,
Daisy Becerra, Dominic Bechtold, Fallon Bigay, Aylin Beltran, Callie Benali, Vanessa Beruman, Raul Bolivar, Jorge Barunda, Alexis Burdex, Juliana Burgos Barella, Alexis Burton, Jennifer Bustillos, Elena Cano, Janet Cardenas Garcia, Ivan Carrillo, Vicente Carrillo, Damian Casados, Tamara Casas, Giovanni Castaneda, Ramiro Castillo, Nicodemo Cesares, Joaquin Cervantes, Darius Chacon, Mary Carmen Chavira, Albert Chavez, Angelica Chavez, Dominique Chavez, James Chavez,
Marissa Chavez, Malik Chavez, Perla Chavez, Eduardo Chavez Torres, Jorge Cisneros, Glenn Cleland, Winter Cleland, Aaron Contreras, Adrian Cordero, Carlitos Cordova, Cassandra Cordova, Adrian Corral, Annette Cortez, David Cox, Ramon Cruz, Albert Dow, Arlene Davila, Janet De La Torre, Nicolas De Jesus, Karen Delgado Gonzalez, Marissa Dewar, Ruby Dominguez Palomo, Adriana Duarte, Priscilla Duarte, Destiny Duran, Yvette Duran Reyes,
Aaron Dwyer, Courtney Eds, Luis Elias, Lars Ellsworth, Alexander Encarnacion, Maria Enriquez, Jocelyn Escarcega, Norma Esparza, Brian Espinosa, Jesus Espinoza, Martin Estala, Kimberly Estrada, Marissa Fernandez, Jornisha Fielder, Letitia Flanders, Jonathan Flores, Dominic Foster, Jaylene Fout, Gregory Fresquez Chavez, Elijah Gabaldon, Gilardo Gabaldon, Diana Galindo, Carol Galindo Acosta, Isaac Gallegos, Jesse Gallegos, Jonathan Gallegos, Samantha Gallegos,
Santiago Gallegos, Chantel Gallegos, Antonio Garcia, Cristina Garcia, Eric Garcia, Gabriel Garcia, Isaac Garcia, Juan Garcia, Shania Garcia, Marissa Garcia, Shania Garcia, Leanne Garcia, Britt Gill, Lene Garcia, Annalie Gomez, Michael Gomez, Alisa Gomez, Jordan Gonzalez, Mariana Gonzalez, Alfredo Gonzalez Guillermo, Selma Grado, Mario Grajeda, Victoria Granado Vigil, Oscar Granados, Shayla Gregory, Miranda Griego, Angelica Griego, Genesis Guerrero, Sergio Guerrero.
Luzette Gumabe. Danielle Marie Goudelet. Beatrice George. Matthew Hamilton. Sapphire Hayes. Tony Hayes. Lauren Henning. Angel Hernandez. Cindy Hernandez. Daniela Hernandez. Gabriela Hernandez. Jose Miguel Hernandez. Jovana Hernandez. Cassandra Hernandez. Natalie Hernandez. Angelina Herrera. Christian Herrera. John Anthony Herrera. Landon Holjensen. Killian Hoos. Ivan Ibarra. Esteban Irades. Alyssa James. Daryl Ian Janores. Estefany Jaquez. Jasmine Jaramillo. Sony Jaramillo. Donovan Jenkins.
Rhiannon Jeter. Juan Jimenez. Shanif Jiwa. McKenna Johnson. Divine Jones. Julie Carnes. Zachary King Heller. Joaquin Landeros. Pablo Lazo Armijo. Crystal Lechuga. Audrey Letterman. Cynthia Leon. Skylar Levins Thompson. Cheyenne Lloyd. Elias Lopez. Ashley Lopez. Jude Lopez. Alexis Lopez Rodriguez. Isaac Loya. Sergio Loya. Yasmin Loya. Esmeralda Loya Martín. José Lucero. Miguel Lucero. Nashea Lucero. Rhiannon Lucero. Tristan Lucero. Alicia Lujan.
Austin Lujan. Ignacio Madrid. Shay Madrid. Ivan Madrid Sierra. Shantae Mace. Steve Magana Serrato. Destiny Maldonado. Jonathan Maldonado. Marlene Maldonado. Brian Marquez. Sierra Marquez. Karen Marquez. Matthew Marquez. Brian Martin Figueroa. Antonio Martinez. Antonio S. Martinez. Esteban Martinez. Jose Ramon Martinez. Taylor Martinez. Janissa Mata. Jonathan McPeak. Jairo Medina. Andrea Medrano. Cassandra Medrano. Mariela Malero Rocha. Kimberly Mendez. Jose Mendez Tarango. Carlos Mendoza.
Jacqueline Mendoza. Joanna Mendoza. Raudel Mendoza. John Sebastian Mir. Patricia Moreno. Daniel Miramontes. Dana Mireles. Omar Mong Caldera. Ariana Montono. Marisa Montoro. Taylor D. Montano. Aubrey Montes. Gerardo Montes. Adrian Montoya. Alicia Montaya. Marcus Montoya. Mariah Montoya Garcia. Darius Moore. Stephanie Morales. Stephanie Moran. Angelica Moreno. Feliz Moreno. Isaac Moya. Atia Mohammed. Jaime Munoz. Luis Munoz. Shane Morchino.
Samuel Nayares. Leslie Nguyen. Byron Noriega. Sofia Olivias. Marcel Oliver. Maria Ontiveros Ituarte. Jonathan Ordonez. Denise Ornelas. Oscar Orozco. Alexis Ortega. Ezekiel Ortega. Christopher Ortega. Robert Ortega. Jeanette Ortega Mendez. Manuel Ortiz. Natalie Ortiz. Jessica Pacheco. Salvador Padilla. Denise Palacios. Brendan Palmer. Lena Partida. Cassandra Pena. Cynthia Perea. Aaron Perez. Alexis Perez. Alyssa Perez. Ariana Perez. Francisco Perez.
Kanisha Perez. Miguel Ángel Perez. Osvaldo Perez. Courtney Peña. Pedro Penido. Delisa Pino. Tristan Platero. Eduardo Fuentes. Cameron Quintana. Luis Diego Quintana. Jenica Quintanilla. Samantha Radman. Lawrence Rambis. David Ramirez. Fernando Ramirez. Joshua Ramirez. Juan Ramirez. Mónica Ramirez. Oralia Ramirez. Sergio Ramirez. Sonia Ramirez. Eduardo Ramos. Ashley Ramos. Samantha Rollins. Shalom Rector. Andrea Reyes Ordonez. Jose Rincon. Luis Rios.
Nayeli Robles. Jasmine Rodarte. Brisa Rodriguez. Mercedes Rodriguez. Roman Rodriguez. Gladys Rojas. Angelica Romero. Brianna Romero. Jocelyn Ronquillo. Marlene Ronquillo. Kayla Brute. Isaac Ruloba. Jose Ruiz. Maria de Jesus Ruiz. Martin Ruiz. Kimberly Ruvalcaba. Michael Saavedra. Javier Saiz. Raymond Saiz. Savannah Saiz. Frankie Salas. Lisa Salinas. Alan Sanchez. Alexis Sanchez. Alicia Sanchez. Angelo Sanchez. Eric Sanchez. Jessica Sanchez. Evelyn Sanchez Marquez.
Kevin Sandoval. Lainey Sandoval. Myra Sandoval. Isaiah Sadio. Ruben Cernas. Elizabeth Setting. Alexis Silva. Andrew Cisneros. Cole Skeet. Victoria Soto. Gail Starkey. Christopher Tadoni. Jose Luis Terran. Michael Tweeter. Amber Teller. Nicholas Tejas. Jose Teo. Janessa Tena. Brittany Terranio. Cristina Torres. Christopher Torres. Daniel Torres Chaparro. Erna Torres Chaparro. Fabioli Toxki Flores. Wendy Chervizio. Yasmin Treviso. Ashley Trujillo. Christopher Trujillo. Joseph Trujillo. Tatiana Trujillo.
Andres Trieta. Carmelita Valdez. Javier Valdez. Jovan Valdez. Itzel Valdez Nuno. Juan Valenzuela. Adelina Vallejos. Selena Vallejos. Viviana Varela. Julio Vasquez. Emmanuel Vasquez. Isaiah Velasquez. Frida Velasquez. Noé Venegas Balderrama. Yasmin Villapando. Jamie Vigil. Daniel Villalaba. Jocelyn Villalobos. Cesar Villegas. Enrique Vizcaino. Victoria Webb. Jacob Witt. Dana Williams. Destiny Williams. Ryan Wilson. Vanessa Wilson.
Winter Stacy. Jordan Yabaro. Patrick Young. Erika Zambrano. Randy Zubia.
Myrella Gonzalez. Xavier Herrera Bustillos.
Paula Borjorquez Ramirez. Adrian Armanderis.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? Graduates, the final speaker of your high school career will be your elected senior class president, Mireya Gonzalez.
Determinados, ambiciosos y poderosos. Determined, ambitious, and capable. Those are the words that describe the graduating class of 2016. As I stand here before you, I cannot put into words of how grateful I am to have been president of such an empowering group of individuals. As I got to know the class of 2016, I learned that each of you have beautiful stories, and that many of those stories are filled with a series of obstacles. However, the true beauty is that you have proven that the adversities you have encountered and the struggles you have faced are not a reflection of what you are capable of. You have not allowed the moments of doubt to hinder your success, but rather you have embraced them and allowed them to become a gratifying reward of your work. As we leave here today, I would like to remind you to continue being determined, ambitious, and capable. Today is the beginning of a new chapter of our lives, and we must continue reminding ourselves that impossibilities cease to exist. There will continue to be obstacles, and we will inevitably face hardship. But just as you have done to be here today, you must never let those moments define you, but strengthen you. A wise teacher recently told me, "Un barco en el puerto es seguro, pero los barcos no son construidos para eso." A ship in the harbor is safe, but that is not what ships are built for. So go out, pursue your dreams wholeheartedly, and do not let fear keep you from doing what you love. With that in mind, will the class of 2016 please stand? We, the class of 2016, will now in unison move our tassels from the right to the left, signifying our transition from candidate to graduate.
Congratulations, the class of 2016. We did it.